Before we start the video, I just wanted to say one thing real quick. I forgot to change the label for the GPU in this video from the RTX 3080 Ti to the RTX 3060. My mistake. I was having a lot of trouble getting this game to even run properly, and I forgot to change the labeling in the process. But this is for the RTX 3060. I'll leave a disclaimer at the bottom of the video in case anybody is watching this without audio. Thanks for watching, and now let's get started. I've re-recorded this video 3 times now. This game's audio is so loud! And I can't talk about this game's performance for more than a minute or two without getting annoyed with how buggy and just bad this game is. I'm sorry, I'm trying. Anyways, let's change the format and try to do this. Today, we're taking a look at performance on the recently released 1.5 update for Cyberpunk 2077 at 1080p on the RTX 3060. Performance is pretty decent. I have all settings at maximum except screen space reflections, which is set to Ultra instead of Psycho. We're able to maintain above 60 FPS for the most part, and image quality is pretty decent. Honestly, I think this is how you should play if you're going to play Cyberpunk on a 3060. At 4K, the frame rate plummets, and the only real option to improve performance is to turn on DLSS and set it to Ultra Performance. With this, we get a steady mid-50s FPS experience, so if you have a VRR capable display, you could probably play like this and have a good experience, since most VRR displays are capable of smooth gameplay at about 48 FPS and above. If you want to play Cyberpunk with ray tracing, however, this is where it gets a bit more complicated. Playing at 1080p with ray tracing on, we need to set DLSS to balanced to have a good playable frame rate. The image quality isn't too bad, though it is blurrier than standard 1080p, and this is of course because of the reduced render resolution. We can combat this a little bit by increasing the DLSS sharpness setting. I recommend between 10 to 20. For me, this adds just enough sharpness to help clean up the image, without adding too much grain to the vertices in the game. If you want to play at 4K with ray tracing, however, even with all main settings set to minimum, ray tracing set to medium, and DLSS set to ultra performance, we barely get a playable experience, and honestly, the image quality is really just not good. My recommendation is to stick with either 1080p or 1440p without ray tracing, and reduce settings where needed to get the frame rate experience that you're looking for. Honestly, I have a hard time even recommending anyone play Cyberpunk. Even with the improvements to performance with the recent updates, and the improvements made with DLSS that have improved image quality and gotten rid of the ghosting artifacts on moving objects, I just don't recommend this game. There are many other games available out there that you could spend your time and money on that look better and play better. Even in my own playtime, I'm currently unable to change weapons or clothing. Police that show up to a crime scene ignore me unless I shoot them directly, and even then will lose tracking and disappear after less than a minute. The ray tracing does look pretty good overall, but there's so little going on in this game unless you're interacting with it, it just feels lifeless. After CDPR's incredible progress with The Witcher 3, the depth they put into that game and the character interactions, all of the story and character development, it's hard to believe that the same company made Cyberpunk 2077. To the viewer that requested I make this video, I apologize. This probably wasn't what you were hoping for, and it isn't the video that I wanted to make. But when I end up having to write a script out for a video series that I've really come to enjoy, where I show game performance by playing and enjoying the game and talking about performance naturally as I'm experiencing it, and I can't because I have to cut out over half of my recorded video because the game is so buggy and frustrating, or the game crashes at random while I'm recording and I have to start all over, honestly, just save yourself the time and the headache and play something else. If you're one of the lucky ones out there where everything's running properly and your character interactions have been flawless, I really am happy that you're getting to enjoy Cyberpunk. I was really looking forward to this game and really hoping that CDPR would make improvements over this last year. But please, keep enjoying the game so the rest of us can live vicariously through you. If you really want to play this game and have the experience for yourself, wait for a sale. Personally, Cyberpunk 2077 is a hard pass for me. If you want to keep up to date on what's happening here at Hardly Tech, check me out over on Twitter at Hardly_Tech. If you'd like to help support Hardly Tech directly, consider becoming a Patreon member. Links are on the Hardly Tech main page here on YouTube, or you can find me at Hardly Tech over on Patreon directly. If for some reason you enjoyed this rant and ridiculousness, consider hitting that like button and subscribe all! I'll see you all on the next video. Bye!